Chess is not just an ordinary board game. It is a mind game, a game between two minds opposing each other in a strategy and calculated moves. When you sit at the board, it is just you, your thoughts, and your emotions. On the other side is your opponent, who might be thinking the same thing. In such a scenario, having the right psychology is very important, especially to serious tournament players. You may polish your opening knowledge, endgame skills, combinational abilities endlessly. But if you are not able to get the right frame of mind, then improving at the game is very difficult. And so is life. Life can be summed up as a game of chess. Almost every day, we are dealing with people, whether at work or even in our peer group. There are kings and queens, knights and pawns. The last thing we want to avoid is becoming a pawn in another person's chessboard. So, in this video, we will discuss certain skills that chess masters like Magnus Carlsen, Garry Kasparov, Hikaru Nakamura, and others possess that we could employ to better position ourselves in life. 1. Chess masters think in pattern recognition. Human minds are sensitive to pattern and visual changes. The cortex on our brain is the thing that strongly differentiates us from animals. It is the part of the brain responsible for pattern recognition, high-level thinking, problem solving, and many more. This is what separates the chess masters from amateurs. The biggest difference in chess skill between masters and amateurs is in the realm of pattern recognition. Just like when we are driving, we can glance at a stop sign and effortlessly realize what it means. Highly skilled chess players only need to take a brief look at a chess position to assess it accurately. Thinking in pattern will lead to greater memory retention. The more we develop our brains to think in pattern, the more efficient we are at dealing with most situations in our lives. Humans also think and behave in certain patterns, and people who cannot spot recurring patterns and situations in their lives will most likely to repeat the same mistake all over again. The old adage, history will repeat itself, is applicable in this context. 2. Almost all chess masters have the ability to control emotion. Controlling and managing our emotion is one of the hardest things to master, but once you know how to navigate them, or even better, other people's emotion, you are one step closer to achieve your goals. Every chess master knows not to let their emotions interfere with their thought process. An honest and a dispassionate analysis should be done of their games to identify their mistakes. As in our lives, we also need to identify the pattern in our mistake and take steps accordingly to strengthen our weaknesses. This will prevent such mistake happening again and help us in becoming a better person over time. We may be also under pressure from our own expectations, our parents, and people around us. Despite all of that, we should be fully focused on finding the best move at each step. Being solely focused on finding the best move is the only thing that will help us withstand all pressure. 3. Chess masters are good at employing heuristic in crucial situations. Heuristic is a valuable technique not just on a chessboard, but in solving complicated problems that need quick thinking. Every chess master will visualize all kinds of moves, patterns, what can and cannot be done, from their position and even their opponents. This thought process is what we can implement as one of the effective ways to deal with any incoming situations. Heuristic techniques can be used to speed up the process of finding a win-win solution. Thinking in heuristic can be mental shortcuts that reduce load on our mind in decision-making and problem-solving. Nobel Prize winner and one of the greatest minds in the field of physics, Richard Feynman, also talked about how the rules of chess could be used to explain the nature of science and every component of our physical world. Take a look.
One way that's kind of a fun analogy to try to get some idea of what we're doing and trying to understand nature is to imagine that the gods are playing some great game like chess, let's say a chess game, and you don't know the rules of the game, but you're allowed to look at the board, at least from time to time, and in a little corner perhaps. And from these observations, you try to figure out what the rules are of the game, what the rules of the pieces moving. So you might discover after a bit, for example, that when there's only one bishop around on the board, that the bishop maintains its color. Later on, you might discover the law for the bishop is it moves on a diagonal, which would explain the law that you understood before, that it maintains its color. And that would be analogous to we discover one law and then later find a deeper understanding of it. Then things can happen, everything's going good, you got all the laws, it looks very good, and then all of a sudden some strange phenomenon occurs in some corner. So you begin to investigate that, to look for it. It's castling, something you didn't expect. We're always, by the way, in a fundamental physics, always trying to investigate those things in which we don't understand the conclusions. We're not trying to check all the time our conclusions. After we check them enough, we're okay. The thing that doesn't fit is the thing that's the most interesting. The part that doesn't go according to what you expected. Also, we could have revolutions in physics after you've been noticed that the bishops maintain their color and they go along the diagonals and so on for such a long time, and everybody knows that that's true. Then you suddenly discover one day in some chess game that the bishop doesn't maintain its color. It changes its color. Only later do you discover the new possibility, that the bishop is captured and that a pawn went all the way down to the queen's end to produce a new bishop. That can happen, but you didn't know it. And so it's a very analogous to the way our laws are. They sometimes look positive. They keep on working, and all of a sudden some little gimmick shows that they're wrong. And then we have to investigate the conditions under which this bishop change of color happened, and so forth, and gradually learn the new rule that explains it more deeply. Unlike the chess game, though, in the case of the chess game, the rules become more complicated as you go along. But in the physics, when you discover new things, it looks more simple. It appears on the whole to be more complicated because we learn about a greater experience. That is, we learn about more particles and new things. And so the laws look complicated again. But if you realize all the time what's kind of wonderful, that as we expand our experience into wilder and wilder regions of experience, every once in a while we have these integrations in which everything is pulled together in a unification, which it turns out to be simpler than it looked before.
Overall, using this cognitive skill and combining them with other mental thought processes will help us to be more creative in dealing with any unwanted situation or even in achieving what we want in life. It all comes down to each individual and how they implement what they know and being aware of what they lack, thus finding better ways to fill that mental gap, because every master was once an amateur. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any thoughts about this topic. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss our future updates. Until then, stay safe and we will see you in the next videos.